Jürgen Habermas's post-metaphysical thinking. Jürgen Habermas, a prominent thinker, introduced the idea of post-metaphysical thinking as a way of understanding the world in a modern, rational, and practical way. To break it down in simple terms, this philosophy moves away from ancient ideas that rely on abstract, mystical, or religious explanations and instead focuses on ideas that can be discussed, debated, and understood by everyone. Habermas believes that in a modern world where science and reason dominate, we need a way of thinking that connects with our lived experiences, not just ideas from old traditions or metaphysical beliefs. Habermas does not dismiss religion or ancient philosophies entirely. Instead, he wants to build a bridge between these traditions and the modern world. He recognizes that human societies have always used metaphysical systems, ideas about God, ultimate truths, or universal principles, to make sense of life. However, in today's world, these systems often clash with scientific reasoning and diverse viewpoints. Post-metaphysical thinking is Habermas's attempt to create a space where we can respect different beliefs, while prioritizing shared understanding through open dialogue. This approach is grounded in communication. Habermas places a lot of importance on how people talk and interact. For him, communication is the foundation of human progress and understanding. Post-metaphysical thinking asks people to focus on shared language, reason, and mutual respect. It encourages individuals to explain their ideas clearly, listen to others, and find common ground. This is particularly important in a world that is increasingly interconnected and diverse. At the core of Habermas's idea is the notion of practical reason. In simple terms, this means using logic and reason to solve problems in everyday life. Unlike metaphysical thinking, which might rely on ideas of destiny, divine intervention, or abstract truths, practical reason focuses on what can be achieved through collaboration and discussion. Habermas believes that by focusing on practical solutions, societies can avoid conflicts that arise from clashing worldviews. An important part of post-metaphysical thinking is the idea that the modern world requires a separation between faith and reason. Habermas argues that while religion and spirituality are important for many people, their role in public life must be compatible with rational dialogue. In other words, personal beliefs should not dictate public policies unless they can be supported by reasons that everyone, regardless of their background, can understand. For example, let us consider a public debate about environmental policies. One person might argue for protecting the environment based on a religious belief that the earth is sacred. Another might argue from a scientific perspective, emphasizing the consequences of climate change. Habermas's post-metaphysical thinking would encourage both sides to find common ground through rational discussion, focusing on what benefits society as a whole rather than relying solely on personal or religious reasons. Habermas also explores how post-metaphysical thinking applies to ethics and morality. In the past, ethical systems were often rooted in metaphysical ideas, like the belief in divine commandments or universal laws. Habermas suggests that in the modern world, ethics should be based on shared human experiences and the ability to reason together. For instance, instead of saying something is wrong because a religious text says so, post-metaphysical thinking would encourage us to ask, how does this action affect others? Is it fair? Does it promote well-being? This way of thinking does not reject morality. It simply asks us to justify our moral choices in ways that others can understand and agree with, regardless of their personal beliefs. By doing so, Habermas hopes to create a more inclusive and harmonious society. Another key idea in post-metaphysical thinking is the importance of adapting to change. Habermas acknowledges that human knowledge is always evolving. New scientific discoveries, cultural shifts, and technological advancements constantly reshape our understanding of the world. Post-metaphysical thinking encourages us to embrace this uncertainty and remain open to new ideas. Instead of clinging to rigid systems of thought, we should be flexible and willing to revise our beliefs as we learn more. For instance, consider the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence. Decades ago, such technology was the stuff of science fiction, and ethical discussions about AI were almost non-existent. Today, these discussions are essential. Post-metaphysical thinking helps us approach these challenges with a mindset that prioritizes dialogue, adaptability, and practical solutions. Habermas also emphasizes the role of education in fostering post-metaphysical thinking. He believes that teaching people to think critically, communicate effectively, and respect diverse perspectives is crucial for building a better society. Education, for Habermas, is not just about acquiring knowledge. It is about learning how to engage with others in meaningful ways. In a world filled with polarization and division, Habermas's post-metaphysical thinking offers a path toward unity. It reminds us that even though we may come from different backgrounds, hold different beliefs, or prioritize different values, we can still find common ground through open and honest communication. By focusing on shared humanity and practical solutions, post-metaphysical thinking encourages us to work together to address the challenges of modern life. In conclusion, Jürgen Habermas's post-metaphysical thinking is a philosophy that invites us to move beyond rigid, abstract ideas and focus on what brings people together. It values reason, dialogue, and adaptability while respecting the diverse beliefs that make up human society. This approach is not just a way of thinking, it is a guide for living in a complex, interconnected world. If you found this explanation of Habermas's ideas interesting, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content on philosophy, sociology, and how these ideas shape our lives. Your support helps us bring more insightful content to you.